Welcome to Mediaspace Members Daily. We bring you exclusive interviews from our leadership group and other professional influencers within the media, marketing, gov tech community globally. Today I have with me Angela B. Chan, the co-founder and CEO of Hackatlons International from Australia. The purpose of Hackathons International is to educate and create the change makers of tomorrow. She has participated, mentored, organised and supported almost 500 hackathons over the past decade. Hi Angela, how are you?
I'm good. How are you going?
I'm good, thank you. What are the key challenges right now for the Australian innovation and startup sector?
Personally, I've been part of the startup ecosystem for around a decade now, and it seems very clear and apparent to me now that we've been exposed with COVID-19 to countries and regions all around the world that we do lack a lot of investment in Australia. So investment in terms of venture capitalists, investment in terms of just a lot of global corporate companies or global organizations will focus a lot of their energy, their funding, their resources on where they have originated from, or it would be very, in high density areas in terms of startups such as like the US or Israel or India, and those kind of regions and sectors. So for us in Australia, investment is a very key big issue for us in terms of a challenge in getting a lot of funding, all these resources into Australia. I mean, we are an island, so a bit away from everyone else. It's good for COVID-19 because we get to self-isolate ourselves. But in terms of actually just finding that overseas investment, it's been quite difficult. Secondly, I think it's all around a lot of people talk about innovation and bringing ideas and creating solutions out of it. And a lot of people like to talk. And this is what we call innovation theatre. So they're very good at publicizing successes, but what actually happens in real life is very different. And this kind of stems from the first challenge that I talked about in terms of investment. A lot of people like to talk the talk, but instead of it, whereas we really want to just walk the talk as well. So I think those are the key challenges for Australians in the startup sector.
What opportunities do you see for your sector in the short term, including your international hackathons?
One of the key things that we've done, so personally, I have run Hackathons Australia for the past 6 years, and we've been gaining ownership of the market. You could say we have monopoly. Most people who understand startups or are part of the ecosystem, or if they're new to say coding and developing new ideas or projects or startups, most people know who we are. And so the opportunities that we now see is that with the spin-off of Hackathons International, that's to us our second child. So it's really great to see how we can extend what we've done all around the world globally, where we're helping educational institutes, universities, schools, helping students to enrich themselves to be ready for employment. We're helping people who have been part of industries and they've had a lot of experience in their industry be upskilled with emerging technology. We're helping a lot of governments be more close in contact with their citizens so they can co-create with them. And we're also bridging the gap between charities and organizations. So there's a real opportunity here where we've got a lot of time that we can spend extra like online instead of going out and helping, say, with food drives and things like that. We can actually translate all of that now and put them and go, okay, how can we actually help charities with their digital transformation journeys through these hackathons or hack days that we are starting to now facilitate with them. So it's really great for us opportunity wise, going global and getting this massive outreach of potential people and connecting all the dots together, as well as supporting the local innovators that are in each of the regions to support them and their communities.
What would be the most urgent actions required from market and regulatory players to help the ecosystem?
I think the first thing is really just to be part of the conversations, be part of the action, because what I found is that, so personally, I also come from a media background. That's what I studied, and my first career was in public relations and in media. So it's just, for me, I kind of just stumbled across the technology startup ecosystem, but without that, through a hackathon, and without that, I would just have no idea what this new world is. And what I found was that when I first got into the sector, into the startup kind kind of ecosystem, there weren't many communicators. No one was telling the stories. They're all kind of tech geeks and nerds out there. So if you can really pinpoint and identify the opportunity where you can really be part of the change and create something that's meaningful, there are so many people needing people in our industry to really amplify the message and to really identify the opportunities and put them into action and spread the word around the world.
Thank you, Angela, for sharing your expertise. It was insightful to hear from you. Stay tuned for the next episode of Mediaspace Members Daily. In the meantime, connect with us at Mediaspace.global.